On the night of October 17th, 2013, the rain came down in steady sheets over the city of Johannesburg. In the wealthy district of Sandton, the Monarch Grand Hotel glowed like a jewel against the wet pavement. It was the kind of place that catered to diplomats, CEOs, and celebrities, a place where security was tight, the service was flawless, and privacy was absolute. At exactly 7:14 p.m., a man named Daniel Masiko walked through the glass doors of the hotel, carrying a small black duffel bag in one hand and a leather briefcase in the other. Daniel was 43 years old, a corporate consultant, well-dressed in a tailored navy suit. His polished shoes reflected the lobby lights. To anyone watching, he looked like just another traveling businessman. But by the next morning, his name would be all over the news, because Daniel would check into his room that night, and by morning, he would be gone. The front desk clerk remembered him clearly. He was polite, spoke in a calm tone, and asked for a quiet room. The hotel was half full that night, so they placed him in room 804, a corner suite with no balcony and a sealed window that looked out over the city skyline. CCTV cameras recorded his every step. At 7:16 p.m., Daniel stepped into the elevator alone. At 7:18 p.m., he got out on the 8th floor. At 7:20 p.m., he swiped his key card, opened the door to room 804, and disappeared inside. From that moment on, there was no recorded sign of him ever leaving. The next morning, housekeeping knocked at 11 a.m. No answer. They assumed he was out. By 2 p.m., the front desk noticed Daniel still hadn't checked out. The manager went up with a master key. The door unlocked normally. Inside, the room was strange. The bed was neatly made, untouched. The bathroom was spotless, towels unused. The wardrobe was empty. His bag and briefcase were gone. It was as if no one had stayed there at all. The most disturbing part? The electronic key log showed the door had not been opened since Daniel entered the night before. No housekeeping, no guests, nothing. Hotel security combed through the footage from every camera on the 8th floor, the stairwells, and the lobby. Daniel never came out of his room. The stairwell required a key card that would trigger a log. No card had been swiped. The fire escape alarm had not gone off. The service elevator was locked and showed no use between 6 p.m. and midnight. Police were called in. They learned Daniel had flown into Johannesburg that afternoon from Cape Town. He had told a colleague he was meeting someone about a multi-million rand mining deal, but he hadn't said who. The only clue came from the Wi-Fi logs. Daniel's laptop connected for exactly 3 minutes at 7:23 p.m., then disconnected forever. Police later discovered he had downloaded a single PDF document during that time, a confidential mining report. For 2 days, police were stumped until they decided to review staff-only CCTV from the hotel's basement service areas. At 10:42 p.m., a staff member named Vusi Khumalo, a night porter, was seen pushing a large laundry cart into the service elevator. Nothing unusual, except the camera caught a glimpse inside the cart as he turned a corner. Under layers of sheets was a man's shoulder. When confronted, Vusi broke down. He admitted he'd been paid 50,000 rand, roughly $3,500, to remove Daniel from the hotel. Here's what happened. At 8:05 p.m., just 45 minutes after checking in, Daniel received a knock at the door. It was someone he knew, Sifo Ndlovu, a former associate in the mining business. Sifo claimed he had documents for Daniel to review. Once inside, the conversation turned into an argument. Sifo accused Daniel of stealing a lucrative mining contract. Witnesses in nearby rooms later admitted they heard raised voices but no obvious struggle. According to Vusi, Sifo called him from Daniel's room phone, telling him there was a drunk guest who needed discreet removal. In reality, Daniel had been drugged with a powerful sedative slipped into his drink. Vusi wheeled him out in the laundry cart, bypassing guest areas, and loaded him into a van waiting in the alley. Police tracked the van through traffic cameras to a warehouse on the outskirts of Johannesburg. Inside, they found Daniel, alive but heavily sedated, lying on a mattress in a locked room. Beside him were his briefcase, duffel bag, and the confidential mining report. Saifo was arrested on the spot. His plan had been to keep Daniel drugged until he signed over rights to the mining deal. Daniel recovered in hospital. When asked about the incident, he said he had trusted Saifo because they had done business together before. "I thought we were meeting to make a deal," Daniel said. "I didn't know I was walking into a trap." Saifo was sentenced to 12 years in prison for kidnapping and attempted extortion. Vusi received a reduced sentence after cooperating with police. Room 804 at the Monarch Grand is still in use today. But if you walk past the door at night, some say you can still hear faint echoes of an argument. A chilling reminder of how quickly a luxury hotel stay can turn into a nightmare. And Daniel? He never stayed in another hotel without checking every lock twice. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and drop your comments in the comments section below.